Well, this is a little different, but I'm going for a beach walk. Sid's not going. Hopefully we're going to go to Coco de Mama later, but it's, what'd you say it was? 89 in the shade. So that's a little bit toastier in the sun, and that's a little bit too much for Sid. For me, it's fine.
You know it takes me time to get it right. If you push, I'll bite. Yeah, but lately you've been calming my heart down. Yeah, lately you've been working on my doubts. Yeah, maybe you have come to change me, and I won't fight. No, I won't fight it, no. No, I don't freeze up every time you call my bluff, and I won't run from love, 'cause lately you've been
Okay, you hear that? That's what I want to hear when I'm at the beach. If I'm sitting at the beach or walking at the beach, that's the noise I want. I don't want, well, I know it's probably just me, but I don't want to listen to your stereo blaring and the other guy's stereo blaring, and that's what's happening. There's a group down there that had their music going. There's another group down here that's got their music going. It's like, if you can't go to the beach without having music and just listen to the sound of the waves, I don't know. It's probably just me. I'm not sure it'll come out, but out there, there's bands of rain coming down out in the ocean. I don't know if that's coming in. It's not everywhere, so maybe just a little shower later. Maybe nothing. It rained so much yesterday, I heard in Tarpon Bay, that it was like flooding. We didn't get a drop up here.
calming my heart down. Yeah, lately you've been vanishing my doubts. Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's a little bit more developed now. It's more than just a little bands of showers, it's the whole section over there. Well, it wasn't that many years ago that, you know, today's June 2nd. By June 2nd, there wouldn't have been, like, anybody but us here. No tourists, nobody at the beach, relatively deserted. And now that goes, I mean, there's probably, October's a definite slow month, and a good part of September. But it used to be 4 or 5 months of slow before. And now all these people are here visiting, all that other stuff. So, I mean, I hope for the island and everybody that continues. Whether it does or not, I don't know. You know, there's, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it will continue. People will pay the 12% tax on their rentals and say, oh well, and be fine with it, or whether they'll say, you know, that's putting out of my price range. I really don't know. And the other thing I always wonder is, you know, we had that, not we, but that big Hurricane Irma that came through. How many of these people who are here came here because where they used to go got wiped out or whatever? And will they go back when that particular island gets restored and it's, you know, all fixed up and better than before? Another one. I don't know. You know, it's something I really can't determine. It's a wait and see type thing. But I mean, hopefully people continue to keep coming and the island grows. But you know, even with all the people here visiting, it's not super busy as busy as it could be. Let's put it that way. There's still plenty of unemployment, people who don't have jobs, stuff like that. So it's got a ways to go, and I don't think solely tourism is the route. It's one of the routes, but the tourism package has to be changed. It can't just be come see our beaches kind of thing. It's got to be more than that. What that is, well, I have ideas, but I'm not going to be here, so I think it has to change into something else and add more value to the package of tourism. But again, that's probably me. Well, like I said before, Sid didn't go for the beach walk because it was...
Sun's too high.
Sun's too high, sun's too hot. 89 in the shade. It was a good beach walk for me, though. Other than there was a lot of people. I know, you're going to look at those pictures and go, a lot of people. Have you ever been to... No. I have no desire to go to any of those places with all those people. That's not the thing for me. I like beaches where I can walk, I don't see a soul. That's my ideal beach. But we're going to up to Coco de Mama, Receivers Beach.
Probably be busy there too.
Yeah, probably be busy there too, because it's a Sunday and it's hot. So there'll probably be plenty of people there. Every other day we've been down here, there's tons of people. And today being a Sunday, I figured there'd also be tons of people. But, oh, there's somebody. Okay.
Oh. Is that Dan?
I don't think you can see them. It's baby barracudas. Coco de Mama. It's very still, calm, great. You just sit there in the water, you know, you don't get tossed around or anything like that. And hopefully we'll get to do it two more times, Monday and Tuesday, because we're leaving on Wednesday. And in case you want to know, no, the house is not sold. We're still leaving. We've got things we've got to do, things we've got to work on, and at some point, hopefully it sells. That's how it goes. But we just can't sit here and wait. So, if, when, whatever sells, then we'll come back. Maybe. You can always do it. There is a way to do it without coming back. But more than likely, we'll come back at that point and do whatever we need to do. They almost made it till we left. I swear, everything here is like deteriorates.
2 more days.
It couldn't make it a couple more days. Luckily, I have other ones. So those pictures you saw in the beginning, yesterday was Sid's birthday, so we went with some friends up to Surf Shack in Gregorytown, and that was a really good meal. They enjoyed it, we enjoyed it, had a good time. Did some, with another friend, some shopping after, because she was with us. So that was basically yesterday. And today we've been doing, we're in the last couple days of cleaning and throwing out and hoeing stuff. And, after 15 years, there's a lot of stuff, right? You get a lot of stuff. Even down here where you don't have Walmarts and everything else, you bring down stuff and you. So anyway, we're getting rid of that. And a friend of ours stopped by, and he said, "So how do you guys really feel?" First off, he says, "So you guys are really leaving, huh?" Like we were joking or something like that.
You were the first person to
Yeah,
told.
right. We told them before anybody else. But I guess, having been here so long, they figured we were just going to be here forever, kind of thing. And that, that's not going to work out. It's just the way it is. So he said, "So how is it that you really feel about leaving and stuff?" And I said, "Well, it's a mixed bag. We're sad on some degrees to have to leave and everything else, and the people we know and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to come back here and there, kind of thing. But on the plus side of things, we've got 2 kids, presently 3, and soon to be 4 grandkids. Our parents are getting older. So it's one of those kind of things that it was time. The circumstances didn't work out exactly as you would have wanted them to, but it was going to happen eventually. We had had different scenarios where it would happen in a couple years, or it might happen that we kept this place and went back and forth like before. But with this circumstance, I think it's a good thing. It'll work out for the best for everybody, for us, for the grandkids, parents, etc. And I said that to him. I said, and the other thing is that I do have my concerns for down here, of what's going to be happening and all that kind of stuff. And he agreed. And you're here and you're looking at things and you're seeing what's going on and who's doing what and who's working and all that kind of stuff. There's a degree that you just say, yeah, something's up. I don't know what it is. So, it's one of those things.
Yeah, but you have to say, if you're on vacation, you don't see that.
Right.
You live here.
Right. If you're on vacation or whatever, you're not going to see that kind of thing. You're only seeing it if you're here and part of the community and everything else. When you know people and you're talking to people and you see people around all the time, it's like, why is so-and-so around? Why aren't they working today? So you see all that, and you start to talk to people, and you know that. And the only way you're going to do that, if you come on vacation, more than likely you're going to talk to some local people. They're going to give you the happy story. Everything's good, blah, blah, blah. Wonderful, are you having a good time? That kind of thing. But it's when you're here, living here, you're not living off in your private house at the beach. You come into town for groceries or booze or whatever. When you're living right here and you're talking to the local people every day, seeing what they're doing, how they're doing, are they busy, not busy, that you start to say, okay, so what's up? You look at the tourists that are coming, the economy, all those kind of things, and it gives me pause. So I don't know what will happen. I don't have a crystal ball. There's a lot of things that are potentially coming down the pike. Like I also foresee that in the next few years, the VAT tax will go to, my guess is somewhere between 15 and 17%. And then it'll have one more jump after that. And finally, end up being somewhere in the 22%, much in line with what England is. I think England's 20 or 22, something like that. So what that's going to do, I don't really know. You know, the prices are already high, and it's supposed to decrease on some things for, you know, like customs and duties and all that's supposed to go down as that one goes up. Will it? I don't know. You know, and we were having a discussion last night with a man we know who goes fishing every night, you know, and he says, do you think the Bahamas is ready to join the WTO? And I said, no, I don't think the Bahamas is ready. But the government wants to play in the big leagues. So if you want to play in the big leagues, you've got to play by the rules. And, you know, that's why VAT came about. You have to abide by a certain accounting system, where before there wasn't a whole great taxation accounting system. You know, taxation. They had customs and duties and stuff. Is it the right time? I don't really know. I'm not an economics professor or any of that kind of stuff. I know they owe and borrow a ton of money, like most countries. You know, like every government, you know, they collect $5, they've already spent 15. So they, you know, never get straightened out. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. If governments ran like business, a lot of businesses, you can't just say, well, give me $5 and you borrowed past wherever you could possibly repay. So what's going to happen here? I don't know. You know, it's going to be, there's parts we'll miss, there's parts I'm not going to miss. You know, living here is not, it's not paradise. Okay, you're on vacation, it's paradise. You're here, you've got tons of money, you know, finding food, blah, blah, blah. It has its things. That's why, you know, it says, Eleuthera, it's not for everybody. It isn't. There's a lot of things that you have to give up for, or I don't know if it's give up or what the right word is, adapt to, or, yeah, adapt to. You can't expect all the same things. That's how it is.
And you can't force your way on the locals.
No, and that's one of the other things. There's a lot of foreigners I see who have come here over the years, will try to instill in the foreigners will try to instill in the local population, you need to do this and you need to do that and that's the best way to get turned off and get, I don't know, kicked out of, or what's the right word? Ostracized, right. They're not going to listen to anything you say. And worse than that, besides not listening to it, they'll fight totally against it, even if it was the greatest idea. Right.
Like the speed bumps.
So, you know, it's a different place. And so, like I said, there's goods and bads. There's parts that we're going to miss, parts we're not going to miss. So, unfortunately, you know, it'd be nice if it was just a, and that was it. Oh, we hate it here and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, we've been here for so long. It's been a big part of our lives. And in actuality, it's been like almost a quarter of our lives. So that's a long time. Right? 15 years or 16 years, whatever it is. But that's like a quarter of our lives we've spent down here. So anyway, that's how it goes.
Change me, and I won't fight it, no.